welcome to the Math House, fellow mathletes. Today, we're going to be solving inequalities on a number line in coordinate plane.
Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the math session.
Will do.
First of all, solving inequalities is just like solving a regular equation. The only difference is there is no equal sign. There's a greater than, a less than, a greater than equal to, or a less than equal to.
To graph on a number line, you solve for a variable. Here's an example. Negative 5e plus 9 is less than or equal to 24.
Okay, so you have to subtract 9, and remember, what you do one side, you gotta do to the other. So, let me do this. So, cancel that out. So that equals 15.
Negative 5e is less than or equal to 15.
Alright, now you have to isolate the variable, so you're going to divide negative 5 at both sides.
Ring-a-ding! Now remember, when dividing by a negative, you have to flip your sign. So this will flip.
Okay, like Ferris said, we did switch the sign, as you can see. That was less than, now it's e greater than or equal to negative 3. So this is your answer.
So now we're going to graph on a number line. So the first step is finding if it's a closed dot or if it's an open dot. So if it's a closed dot, it's a greater than or equal to or a less than or equal to. And if it's an open dot, it's a greater than or less than. So in this case, it's greater than equal to. So you're going to take a closed dot and put it over the 3.
Negative 3.
Negative 3.
And then you're going to draw an arrow to the right for this one to represent like all the values that e could be. And then here's a tip. If your variable is on the left side of your inequality, the direction of the sign is the same as the direction of the arrow.
We are going to be graphing this inequality on a coordinate plane.
Yep, it's not over yet. To solve for an inequality, it's the same beginning step. Just this time you're going to solve for y. So here's an example. 2y minus 2 is greater than 2x. So first, you're going to add 2 to both sides. So this is going to cancel out. And you're going to have 2y is greater than 2x plus 2. Now all that's left to do is divide both sides by 2 to isolate y. So divide both sides by 2. You should be left with y is greater than x plus 1. So this is your new inequality equal. Now let's get graphing.
So now you need to remember that we're graphing half planes. So that means you'll either have a dashed line or a solid line. So in this case, we'll have a dashed line because you have a dashed line when you have greater than or less than, and a solid line when you have greater than, equal to, or less than equal to. So now we're going to graph it. So our equation is y is greater than x plus 1.
So now we have our dashed line graphed. And so now to figure out which side of the line we have to graph, you can pick a test point. And so, like a lot, people will use 0, 0 as their test point because it's easier to plug into your equation. But sometimes the line may run through 0, 0, so you can just pick any other point on either side. So I'm going to use 0, 0 because it's available. But if I plug 0, 0 into y is greater than x plus 1, I would have a statement of 0 is greater than 1, which that's a false statement. So I'd have to shade the upper part of the graph.
The part without 0, 0.
Yeah. So if the test point doesn't work, it's the opposite side, and vice versa. Oh yes, and when you have a dashed line, the values that the line runs through, it's not included. Like those aren't solutions.
Okay, now we have solved and graphed an inequality on a coordinate plane. P.S. If you want to check, use your graphing calculator.
Thank you for joining us today in the Math House. All that we ask is that if you understood today's lesson, you say hoo-hoo on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo-hoo. Bye.
Oh my god! Today we're going to be teaching
Action.
it equals negative 3.
Now solving
No.